gentlemen, and welcome to the Convocation Center here in Penn West, California for tonight's matchup between the Crimson Hawks of IUP and your California Vulcans. My name is Hunter Garman, and joining with me today is the one, the only Braxton Turner. Braxton, how's it going today?
It's doing pretty good. I'm excited to see this matchup between these two teams. Definitely will be a defensive matchup, and you don't really get to say that too often.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams evenly matched, and looking quick at the history between these two teams because it is fairly interesting. Cal leads so far 25-16 in all of the games that they've played. They're on a streak of one, obviously, because earlier in the season these two teams have met each other at IUP in the KCAC, and Cal unfortunately lost that game. I can't remember what the score was. Their last matchup was, if we jump as quick as we can to the score, they lost 61-51 at IUP. But both teams, as you said, Braxton, very good on defense. Going to be a pretty equally matched team so far. And if we look at the NCAA Atlantic Regional rankings, IUP is currently in 5th place and Cal just behind them in 6th. So this game meaning a lot for both teams. IUP obviously to stay on top. Cal looking to potentially take that spot from IUP. So this game is one to win for both sides.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, this will definitely be a defensive matchup. IUP may not be ranked necessarily high in terms of points allowed, but really make up for quote-unquote lack of defense and not necessarily the best defense in the PHAC. They make up for it in being efficient from the field. Right now, number one and averaging as a team, 44% from the field.
Yeah, definitely. IUP, one of those teams, very good at shooting. If we look, like as you said, the stats, for shooting, Indiana is .446, so about 44%, as you said, 45% roughly. As we get ready to tip off underway here, tip-offs between Deja Terrell and Grayson Trula. So it's ready to get underway here in the Convocation Center. As we're underway, bobbled around. IUP wins the toss, or the tip-off, really, not the toss. This isn't football. Cicero at the top of the key. Pass down to Trula. Trula at the wing. Handoff to Henderson. Then a pass over to Centrula now. Handoff to Cerro. Shot clock winding down. IUP gets a shot off. Unfortunately, doesn't fall. Cal bringing it up now with some tempo, with some speed. Shaw looking to set things up here. Potentially score the first points of the game and get on top early. As Young lost it at first, picks it back up, down low. Over to Terrell. Terrell for three, just off the side of the iron.
Yeah, right there. That's not necessarily a bad look. I guess that's one thing they definitely need. As we've seen last game, this team not really wanting to really space the floor, but you get those that will definitely help in this game.
That pass was punched out there, it looked like, by Young. Picked up by Shaw, and the layup was good by Terrell.
Yeah.
And Cal on top to start, which is drastically different than the way the last game started.
Yeah, Shaw just being unselfish there, as she has been basically all season heading this offense.
As we said, the start a lot different between the two teams. That look just a little bit over the head of Nashay Weaver. And as I said, the start looking a lot better for Cal. Cal, as we've seen and have established before, they play much better at home than away. Not to say they don't play great away, but they play much better at home because obviously familiar place, familiar floor. Harris, quick jumper, doesn't fall. Rebound fought for and eventually brought down by Nashay Weaver. Brought up by Bachman. Bachman on the dribble drive, doesn't find a quick spin move and a nice floater for two.
Yeah, to be honest, that's just their game right now. Just get inside, use their body, use whatever they can to create space inside. As you can see before, they're going to want to pound it inside if they can.
Shaw to Smith. Smith looking, finds Terrell. Terrell, quick jumper for long range, just off the backboard as that Rebound off the hands of Alicia Young. Cerro bringing it up for the Crimson Hawks. At the top of the key, over to the wing. Over to Centrula. Centrula to Weaver. Pass nearly stolen away by Smith. Picked up by Henderson. Over to Cerro, over to Centrula. Down low. Nearly batted away by Shaw, but picked up by Cerro. Cerro over. Quick jumper, completely off, and it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Man, just these last couple of possessions, just the Vulcans have just been on top of it right now, looking a lot better than they were last game, keeping them out of the paint as IUP wants to. And they're not afraid to step out, but what they really want to do, as with the Vulcans, is get inside.
Harris now over to Terrell. Terrell, little stutter step on the dribble drive, quick layup, and it's good.
Now, if she can continue to do that and also hit a couple outside shots, she should definitely help this team in a way that is much needed, as we didn't really see too much of her last time.
This rebound is picked up by Cerro. Back out, Weaver over to Henderson. As the ball sails out of bounds. A little bit of miscommunication there on the end of the Hawks.
Yeah, it is, as you see, they keep wanting to throw it inside. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but just, again, a miscommunication on the inside. And if the Vulcans play help defense just right, they're not really going to be able to do much inside.
For sure. Harris at the top, down low, looked for Young. Miscommunication there. Brought up by Cerro. Cerro pushing it forward. Centrula for three, just off the side of the iron.
I guess the Vulcans are catching just a bit of a break. Now the IUP is due for a few, definitely from outside, just off the mark.
Yeah, Harris to Terrell at the top now. Long range two, doesn't fall. Rebound's going to be off. We're going to say IUP, and it's going to stay Vulcan basketball.
I guess right now the Vulcans have just been on the loose balls and on the rebounds, I guess, just tipping it to themselves and being able to gather loose balls and gather extra possessions just so important through the course of a game. If you miss a shot, give your team an extra chance just to score.
Yeah, Shaw over to Young. Young on the dribble drive. Lost her footing, it looked like a little bit there. Tried to find down low Smith. Smith, quick spin and jumper, doesn't fall. Harris underneath trying to fight for it. Ended up being brought down by Weaver. Passed off to Bachman. Centrula on the drive. Rebounded by Weaver, flying in there. Gets it blocked. Picked up by Smith. Smith on the return now. Place getting electric here as the Vulcans start to pick things up.
Yeah, so right now the interior defense has been solid as of so far. If they can keep this up through the game, they will definitely keep this close and competitive.
Terrell from three, and it's good. What a shot there by Deja Terrell. As you said, Terrell could keep up with the inside and the outside shots. It's going to be a great game here.
Yeah, you start hitting those shots, you bring the defense out just a bit more, and you were able to spread the floor. As last time these teams faced off, there was basically no inside space to really work with.
As the Vulcans capitalize on that turnover there. Shaw looking for Smith. Smith, quick jumper. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Weaver. Looking to slow things down now. Passed off to Cerro. Cerro looking down low for Centrula. Doesn't fall. A little bit of a rush shot there by Grace Centrula. Rebounded by Terrell. Given to Shaw. Shaw now at the top, directing traffic. Looking to set things up. Slow it down a little bit here. Harris thought about the shot, doesn't take it. On the dribble drive, dumps it off. Young, back to Shaw. Shaw on the dribble drive. Floater layup, doesn't fall. Rebounded by Shaw. Down low to Harris. Harris doesn't get to fall on a shot clock violation. And that's going to be the immediate timeout. We're going to keep it here. I mean, what a start to this game. I mean, score is only 7-2 Cal, but we've seen a ton Cal looking a lot more comfortable in this game than they did in their last against IUP. IUP looking a little rough to start. I mean, you think it's just the nerves, or do you think it's the miscommunication has a lot to do?
To be honest, I feel like, as you were saying, the nerves could definitely worsen miscommunication. And right now, I believe it's just a mixture of a whole bunch of things. Right now, how close these teams are. Right now, you're playing right now, even though both teams made the playoffs, they're playing for seeding right now. But it's just like a culmination of things. Plus, they're away at the same time. Historically, for just all leagues and all levels, home teams do better than away teams. And right now, another thing about it is California is just keeping them uncomfortable, basically keeping them from what they want to do. Any inside pass is not really finding its way inside. It's either whether it's miscommunication. And Vulcans have just been playing that passing lane is just excellent right now. And you have a couple loose balls at times where your ball handlers have lost the ball. You're always going to have those. Nerves are higher. It's probably going to get that much worse. But right now, it's just they're keeping them from doing what they want to do.
Yeah, for sure. As we just got a message here, Deja Terrell needs 6 more points to hit 1,000 points here at Cal. So the question is, she needs a total of 13 points. She's 6 away from hitting that magical 1,000 number here in Cal. So it'll be interesting to see what this game brings for her. Coming out of the timeout, we had a sub off for the Vulcans. Sierra Bermudez checks into the game now. Nice dump down below to Weaver, and the point is good.
Yeah, that was a good pass, and that was just good defense inside, but just good offense. Now, hands-up defense you may on the outside look very easy to score on, but I guarantee you it's not an easy shot, but that's just a good finish inside.
It's a quick cross-up and jumper by Shaw. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Cerro. Cerro bringing it up now. Pushing up the tempo. Centrula thought about the 3. Pass back to Cerro. Cerro looking for things now. On the dribble drive against Terrell. Quick step-back floater. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Smith. Smith bringing it up now for the Vulcans. Smith to Terrell. Nearly lost it. Hand off to Shaw. Shaw now looking for the play. Shaw on the dribble drive. Down low to Terrell. Terrell, quick jumper, and it's good.
Yeah, as I said before, Shaw is just the assist leader on this team, and as you can see why, just dumped it off right to Terrell and just let her do the rest.
Bachman on the move. Quick floater, and it's good. That was a nice move there.
Goodness gracious.
Kiera Bachman.
Yeah, Bachman.
Putting on the handles.
That was an issue last game, as if she gets going, it'll be we'll definitely right now keep the Vulcans on their heels if she can continue to hit. What a move in the behind the back.
Harris. Layup, fortunately no good. Rebounded by Centrula. Pass off to Cerro, who brings it up for the Hawks. On the screen, the switch off to Weaver. Weaver, look down low for Centrula, wide open underneath, and the bucket's good.
I think they were looking for an offensive foul down low. I guess she just left wide open. All I saw was a player move. Didn't see any forearm action or anything, just left wide open.
Yeah, we didn't catch it enough to see anything. But I think you were right. Vulcans were looking for a foul. Didn't get it. Terrell now on the move. Almost had it stolen away. Picked up by the Hawks. Henderson on the move, on the take, and it's good. Nice take there by Ramina Henderson.
Yeah, just 101 with a move like that. Not really much you can do on the defensive end, especially if you're Shaw. Just a little bit undersized. Able to get a hand up, but just overall a good finish.
Yeah, as the score switches now, IUP on top, 10-9. Terrell, mid-range or long-range 2, doesn't fall. Rebounded by Bachman. Bachman bringing it up now for the Hawks. Bachman thought about pushing it, draws it back on the dribble drive now. Had to pull it back to Cerro, over to Centrula. Henderson out of her hands, and it's going to be Vulcan basketball. As some subs check in now. Number 11, Kamaya Williams comes into the game, as well as number 0, Janira Scott for the Crimson Hawks comes in, as well as number 2, Macy Jarrett. As the Hawks showing some full court pressure. Crowd reacting to the move Bermudez put on. Needs some help. Jordan Smith. Over to Gilliard, who checked in as well. Smith just too far out of the reach of Gilliard.
I guess as we've seen all season from the Vulcans is they really just let their players work. Don't really call too many offensive sets. But when you do that, you have to have a lot of off-ball movement. And right now, we're just not seeing a lot of it, and it just makes it really easy to guard you for the defense.
Now Henderson bringing the ball up the court. 8 seconds and counting. Shot clock non-existent. Henderson on the dribble drive with the layup. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Gilliard. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The score, IUP 10, California 9. We're going to send it to a commercial. You're listening to CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center here in Penn West, California. The score, 10-9, IUP on top. For a while, it was Cal leading, but IUP towards the very end of the quarter switched things up during the immediate timeout and are now on top by 1. And we've seen so far, Cal at the start looked very, very comfortable, and IUP was thrown off their back on the back foot a little bit there. But starting now, it looks like IUP is on the advantage now. Ball inbounded to Bermudez. Bermudez bringing it up to Terrell. Terrell looking for somebody. Harris with the snag and the quick layup.
Yeah, Harris. It was how much she pulls down rebounds and loose balls. She has excellent hands and just great positioning inside. Just seems to be in the right spot at the right time.
Scott at the top. Over to Jarrett, to Bachman. Bachman lost the basketball, was picked up by Terrell. Look for someone to help out. Pass to Bermudez. Bermudez setting things up here. To Terrell. Terrell to Bermudez. Open 3. Off the back, doesn't fall. Rebounded by Kamaya Williams. Over to Bermudez. Wide open, quick shot, doesn't fall. Nearly had her own rebound and was picked up by Centrula. Now off to Henderson. Scott now. Quick 3 off the front. Rebounded by Centrula. Centrula doesn't fall. Looking for somebody. Over to Henderson. Over to Bachman. Bachman, quick jumper. Doesn't fall, and finally rebounded by Terrell.
This is probably one of the better defensive rotations I've seen from the Vulcans after everyone collapses in. That's what makes it really harder for everyone to really just sprint out. Got beat on the pump fake, but had someone else come around, was able to keep her to a jump shot and able to get the rebound. So great defensive rotation in that one.
Yeah, Gilliard's three-pointer, no good. Was rebounded by Scott. Scott directing things. Over to Centrula. Centrula over to Bachman. Bachman on the dribble drive. Back out to Centrula. Thought about the 3. Over to Bachman. To Jarrett. To Henderson. Henderson on the dribble drive down the middle. And the take is good.
To be honest, possessions just like that just can't happen. Especially after we've seen so far, you just know they're going to keep their head and they're going to go downhill. And they want to get to the basket. So knowing that, I'd goad them just to shoot. Keep within distance to be able to close out and get a hand in their face. But let them shoot from a little bit outside just to protect that paint in the inside area.
Our first foul of the day is going to be called. That's going to go against Janera Scott. That's her first foul, team's first, as some subs come in. Looked like Nina Shaw was going to come in for Bermudez, but she's shooting. First shot by Bermudez, up and good.
Man, you said that was the first foul of this game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That just tells you how straight up. I mean, there may be a couple things.
A couple things that were called, but
yeah. But for the most part, straight up by both sides.
Yeah, Bermudez, second shot is up and good. As Shaw comes back in now for Bermudez. Maria Cerro checked back into the game for the Crimson Hawks. She brings the ball up on the dribble drive. Over to Henderson. Henderson looking to attack the middle. Doesn't. Scott now in the middle. Good spin move. And the quick floaters up and good.
Yeah, this little spin move and the step through. This is like a nice finish. As you see, they want to go downhill and they want to get to the basket. So at this point, it's just better if you just play straight up and don't really go for any pump fakes or anything.
Yeah, Harris, the quick jumper off the move isn't good. Rebounded by Terrell. Terrell up, and the bucket is good. As we said before, she was 6 points away. I believe now she's only one bucket away from hitting that magical 1,000 mark here at Cal. And I'm pretty sure we'll know, because the bench will probably go nuts, as that layup by Centrula is up and good.
And as we've seen just like right now, Shaw just left on an island, downside, inside, and to be honest, that just can't happen. Shaw, a little bit of an undersized guard in this level of play, and just no one else able to help on the backside.
As that pass was intended for, I can't tell who, but was batted down. Scott thought about the long pass. Didn't take it. Scott bringing it up, gets the screen from Centrula. Over to Weaver, back to Scott. Down low to Centrula. Harrison coverage. Stepped out of bounds, and it's going to be Vulcan basketball.
Yeah, that possession there defensively, just completely different look. As you saw Harris able to come around. I'm telling you, when you post up, you're not really looking too much on the backside for much defense at all. When that happens, it kind of throws you off just a bit. And Harris just has enough defensive presence just to cause that turnover there.
As Kiera Bachman checks in for Janera Scott, and Alicia Harris checks in, Alicia Young checks in for Alicia Harris. Shaw up the court. Cerro in press. Intended for Gilliard. Gilliard almost lost it with Henderson in coverage again. Back to Kamaya Williams. Shot clock winding down. Vulcans have to get something up, at least to hit the rim. Terrell, floater. Off the rim, good. That's going to be a foul called. That's going to go IUP. It's going to be Alicia Young's first foul. Team's first of the quarter. Cerro bringing it up for the Crimson Hawks now. Cerro looking for someone down low, doesn't see it. Centrula down low to Weaver. Passes up and good.
To be honest, they're just going to, if the Vulcans aren't going to bring help side defense, especially when you're front in the post, they're just going to keep pounding it back to back and with no consequences is that. When you front the post, you have to bring help side defense or else it's just going to lead to easy baskets like we just saw there.
Shot by Kamala Williams, no good. Brought down by the Crimson Hawks. Cerro pushing it up the court. Shaw in coverage, gets the foul. Shot doesn't fall, but that'll send Cerro to the line for two. As we got a correction by our advisor, Mr. Gary Smith, Deja has reached that magical 1,000-point mark here at Cal. That last bucket she had pushed her over the 1,000-point mark. So as Cerro's first bucket was up and good, we got to give a huge shout-out and congratulations to Deja Terrell on her 1,000 points here at Cal. Second shot by Cerro, up and good. That's going to make the score 20-15 IUP with 5 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first half of this game. IUP playing some full-court press here. Got 2-on-1, needs some help. Over to Kamaya Williams now. Back to Shaw. Trying to set things up. Kamaya Williams to Terrell. Terrell for 3, no good. Rebounds fought for, ended up picked up by Cerro. Cerro pushing it up court, over to Centrula wide open, and the shot falls.
To be honest, stuff like that just can't happen. When you get back on defense, the first priority is always ball. But then from that point on, it's whoever's closest to the basket. Make them shoot a shot from outside. You can't allow layups like that to happen.
Deep 2 from Shaw, no good. Rebound by Kamaya Williams. Nice effort there. Pass to Terrell. Terrell on the inside takes the layup, and it's up and good.
Yeah, good take by Terrell. When you have shots that just outside that just aren't falling, you're going to have to mix it up and go inside.
Shaw able to get her hands on it for the jump ball, and it's going to stay IUP. That's going to be the immediate timeout. We're going to keep it here. I mean, score 22-17 IUP, 4 minutes left in the first half. You're only down by 5. What are you looking to change here besides watching that interior on the dribble drive?
To be honest, as I watch that inside on defense, or on the offensive end, I will get back to the defense, but on the offensive end, kind of mix it up just a bit, because we've had a couple possessions where they've shot jump shots from outside 15 feet outside around the paint area a little bit deeper, and they just haven't been falling. Now, of course, you're not always going to be on for offense. It's ups and downs, especially in the game of basketball runs, your game of runs, whoever goes and scores and streaks. When that's just not falling, you're going to have to mix it up a bit. Go inside. The closer you are inside, the higher percentage you'll look. Right now, get them to draw a foul if you can. Now, your first priority should always be to score, but if you can get players in foul trouble, that's always an added plus to mix some plays inside, set some screens inside, have some action going on the same side, make them choose between going inside and leaving a wide open shot, but you kind of want to keep them on their heels, and just like as we've seen Terrell making a couple moves and just getting good looks. Now, as for the defensive end, this team likes to be aggressive, especially in the passing lanes, but when you have, especially they like to front the post especially, but when you do that, as I've mentioned before, you have to bring help on the backside, and Shaw has just been left on an island too as well. All they have to do is get the forearm in the back, and you can't really do much at all.
Yeah. As the PA had announced, Deja, as we said, hit that magical 1,000 mark, so congrats to her. Henderson on the dribble take. Weaver on the rebound, and the shot is good.
Yeah, that'll be another big thing here is rebounds. You have to limit second chance points there, as they did capitalize off it. If you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's a 4-point swing.
For sure. Shaw to Young, down low to Harris. Harris, dribble take, tripped up. I believe they're going to get Weaver on that foul. That's her first foul, the team's second of the game. And it's going to be Vulcan basketball underneath the net. Inbounds to Terrell. Shaw, down low to Terrell again. Terrell push to Harris. Back out to Terrell. Terrell on the jumper. No good. Off the front. Rebound by Weaver. Weaver pretty much a one-on-one, or two-on-two really. Bachman now on the dribble drive. Looking for somebody. Had the basketball lost. Picked up by Henderson. Over to Cerro. To Centrula. Centrula now down low to Bachman. What a pass and a nice take there by Kiera Bachman.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful backdoor cut originally, and able to thread that pass just where it needed to be. Bachman able to get past the hands of Young and somehow able to finish that too.
Shaw to Smith. Smith now to Harris. Over to Shaw. Shaw to Young. Young for the three. Doesn't fall. Straight to Bachman. Bachman on the down low. Over to Cerro. Cerro throwing it up. Gets the foul. And that'll put her back at the line. That foul, I believe, is going to go on Alicia Harris. Or Alicia Young, excuse me.
Yeah. As I said before, you just can't afford to really do this, especially so early in the game, especially pick up a couple fouls as starters Young. You have to get back on fast breaks, and they are at this point they've just taken advantage of it.
Yeah, as some subs came in, Macy Jarrett in for the Hawks and Sierra Bermudez in for Young. Rebound by Terrell. Sarah's first shot was up a good. Her second was rebounded by Terrell, given to Shaw. Shaw looking for things to develop here. Bermudez in the corner. Dribble drive, floater, doesn't fall. Rebound by Terrell, and back up for the layup.
Yeah, good finish there by Terrell off the missed shot by Bermudez. Bermudez just left wide open there just because of her three-point shot presence alone. Able to, if she can continue to work on that and hit that, it will definitely open up other players. Matter of fact, even on the rebounds, and it will leave players like Terrell did just there.
It was a nice look there by Henderson, picked up by Bermudez. Bermudez to Shaw, down to Smith. Smith at the corner, drive baseline. Over to Shaw. Bermudez thought about the three, doesn't take it. Step back jumper, just off the back. Fought for, picked up by Cerro. Cerro on the drive, has it batted away, picked up again to Henderson. Henderson three from the corner, and it's good. A nice shot there by Ramina Henderson.
Yeah, at this stage, with this level of play, can't really afford to leave players up too open for three. Now, it was the first three-point shot they've hit this game, but you can't really afford to leave players wide open. Almost any player at this level especially can hit a wide-open shot, so you just have to be able to get it contest and get a handout.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. Terrell and Harris fighting for the same rebound as it goes out of bounds off the hands of Harris, and it's going to be IUP basketball. 1 minute remaining in the first half. The score 30-19 IUP. Cerro, hand off to Henderson. Henderson, bring it up, push to the corner. Bachman, drive baseline. Over to Henderson. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Dribble drive, step through, and the layup is good. Henderson playing a very physical game right now, up to 9 points on the night. Shaw on the dribble drive, pass back to Terrell. Terrell has it stripped away by Cerro. And they're going to get Terrell on the foul. That's her first foul of the night, the team's fourth of this quarter. 23.9 seconds remaining on the game. Shot clock doesn't exist. They're probably just going to pull this out to last shot of the half. Jordan Smith playing up close, strips it away at first. Henderson down low, out to Cerro. Cerro on the dribble drive, has it batted away, but they're going to call the foul with 0.7 seconds left. They're going to get Terrell on that foul on a hit to the face.
Yeah, to be honest, that was a good defense originally up front by Terrell, but of course you always have to watch that follow through, and that follow through really messes, especially on block attempts, messes players a lot more up than you know. Whether you shoot, even whether you hit them or not, refs can have a tendency, as a ref myself, it's oftentimes can be called a foul.
Yeah, both shots there by Cerro, up and good. Like I said, 0.7 seconds left. It's really just going to be a pass and a heave, but at the half, the score, IUP 34, California 19. Couple of swings here in this first half, and we'll return for second half action. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to CUTV and CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. I forgot to put my mic down. Welcome back to the Convocation Center here in I'd say beautiful Penn West, California. It's a nice place. Anyway, we're back for more second half action here. The score currently IUP 34, Cal 19. At the start, at the end of the first quarter, Indiana led by 1 point, and that was after the media timeout where IUP came out absolutely swinging at the end of the or after the media timeout in the first quarter. Before that, Cal looked fantastic, but really after that, it's been all IUP. I mean, California has been outscored, obviously 34-19, but in the second quarter alone, they were outscored 24-10. So a lot of things to work on for Cal, as you said, as you stressed a ton, Braxton. That inside look on defense and just the outside shooting.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like this is what they have the tendency just to do all seasons. The Vulcans, they'll front the post, which there's no problem with that, which really is what you really prefer to do. Don't let the ball get in the post at all, because when you get there, you're basically just at the mercy whoever has the ball. But once you front the post, you have to have help side defense. Unless you just have players that are that strong and able to push players underneath the basket, but there's not really that much of a strength difference here. So you have to bring players on the backside and just take away that lob pass. And the Vulcans have just not done so, and IUP has just taken advantage of it. And once you get to the offensive end, there's like a few things that the Vulcans just need to improve upon. One of them is not cutting on drives. You'll get a player that'll drive baseline. You have no one else cutting from the top of the key. You just have players standing there. Matter of fact, no one even falls to, maybe say, the baseline for an easy look there. So when that happens, it honestly just after everyone collapses, it's just hard to really find someone on the perimeter from that point on.
Yeah, as we look at some stats so far, Indiana is 14 of 27 from the field, 1 of 5 from the three-point arc, and 5 of 6 from free throw. And Cal not doing too hot right now, 8 of 32 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. But, I mean, shots just aren't falling. And right now, in terms of points, right now, Cal, the only points they have are from Deja Terrell and Alicia Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone else has taken shots. It's just they haven't been falling. So if Cal's going to win this game, they need to get their other players more involved and get everyone else involved. And as you said, tighten up on defense, especially the dribble drive that IUP likes to do in the back door, and just the overall help defense. As we get ready to get underway here, it's going to be, I believe, IUP's ball, it's going to be Cal's ball start, as IUP won the opening tip-off. As we get underway here in the second half, Shaw at the top to Harris. Harris looking for somebody to Shaw. Shaw on the dribble cut. Look down low for Terrell. Young was there, and a quick layup up and good. Cerro wasting no time, bringing it up for the Hawks. Henderson has the pass tipped up, picked up by Shaw. Shaw on the dribble drive to Young again, and the quick layup is good. Cal coming out swinging here to start.
Yeah, 2 quick baskets, especially catching a break on the defensive end. Just kind of mishandled the pass, and Shaw able to come up with it.
Centrula quick 3 and drains it.
Yeah, as I was saying, they may not be a favor. They may not favor that 3-point shot, but you can't really afford just to leave players just wide open as that.
Yeah, that was an easy, wide open shot. Long range 2 from Shaw, no good. Rebounded by Harris, put back up, and it's good. Quick start here for the Vulcans. Cerro bringing it up for the Hawks now. Quick switch up. Cerro on Shaw. Had Shaw beat, and the layup was good.
Shaw just kind of lost her footing. Absolutely no help defense on the backside. Help defense is just so important at this point, just especially she just lost her footing, couldn't really catch up. No one did even slow her down, so had an easy run to the basket.
Young on the dribble drive. Young, quick layup. No good. Rebounded by Henderson. Or excuse me, Weaver, not Henderson. Bachman, quick down low to Centrula. Centrula double teamed, brings it out.
Man, they should have kept that double team there.
Back to Bachman to Weaver. Pass up to Cerro. Cerro to Henderson. Henderson thought about the three, doesn't take it. Quick underneath to Weaver. Weaver draws out the foul. They're going to get Nina Shaw on that foul. That's her second foul of the game, the team's first of this quarter.
Yeah.
Shea Weaver at the line for 2.
When you have that help defense, you have to just commit more to defending that lob. You commit to it. Also give yourself some time and space to be able to close out, but commit more, make them think about it, at least play, just be just a little bit behind and not really able to get the steal, and led to her heading to the foul line.
Weaver's second shot up and good as IUP extends their lead now to 41. Shaw double teamed, looking for some help. Nearly lost the ball, and it's picked up on the miscommunication. The lob from Weaver just far, far beyond the reach of Bachman. And Cal picking up a lucky break.
Yeah, I've seen this all too much. Shaw just left all alone. Ashley's bringing the ball up and they have pressure. So when that happens, that creates situations like we just had. And to be honest, they just so happen to catch breaks the times that it has happened.
Nice take there by Alicia Harris. Cerro bringing it up now. Smith in coverage. Wide open lane for Cerro. Decides to pull it back down. Sends it back out to Henderson. Henderson three-pointer. No good. Picked up by Harris on the rebound. Needs help now. Gives it to Shaw. Bring it up with Bachman. Over to Young. Young to Harris. Harris lob to Young. Dribble by Young. Hasn't fall. Terrell saves it. Shaw for 3. Doesn't fall and rebounded by Cerro. Cerro looks down low. Has Bachman there on the quick. Fast break.
Yeah, it's been one too many times right now that they've gotten beat off the fast break. And when that happens, you just really have to pull players back off the shot. After the shot goes up, generally a guard just because they're quicker. But missed shots, someone has to automatically go back. As soon as the shot goes up, send a player back. And that will definitely aid in taking away the fast break points that IUP has really just gotten continually this game.
Yeah, Shaw called there for the double dribble. Realized it as soon as she did it. It's going to be IUP's ball. Cerro bringing it up. Gets a screen from Centrula. Bachman on the 3. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Henderson. Henderson to Bachman. Bachman three-pointer again. That time doesn't fall. Rebounded by Harris. That one's a little bit wobbly there.
Yeah, just refused to go.
Took its good old time.
Yeah.
Shaw now at the wing to Terrell. Terrell, quick jumper off the back of the rim, and they're going to call an off-ball foul. They're going to get Weaver on that. That's going to be her second foul.
And right now what I'm seeing, as we mentioned before, right now, at least at the start of the half, Deja Terrell was the only player to shoot double digits in terms of shots. Right now, she's basically having to score essentially by her lonesome and being the primary scorer that she is. If you want to create space for her, everyone has to spread out and let her go to work.
As Terrell's bucket draws the foul and falls, getting the and one. Terrell looking to make this a three-point play, which would be huge for the Vulcans.
Yeah. And it was just right on cue. You have to create better spacing. As I was like before, I didn't mention it at halftime, but right now the offense is stagnant, and as soon as that ball gets down low, everyone just wants to stand inside the paint where all the help defenders are. When you have a player like Terrell, or if you want to get the ball inside, you have to spread players out and just let her go to work. Give her some space to work with.
Yeah, that foul was on Grayson Trullo. That was her first, the team's second. Cerro pass off to Bachman. Bachman down to Henderson. Henderson on the dribble drive, lost it. They're going to get a non-shooting foul. I believe it's going to go against Terrell. No, it's going to go against Harris. That's her first foul, team second. Cerro on the inbound to Bachman. Bachman, quick jumper, doesn't fall. Rebounded by Henderson. A nice, strong rebound, and they're going to get her on the travel.
Yeah, again, catching another break. You just cannot allow offensive rebounds to happen.
Shaw up the court. Over to Kamaya Williams. Over to Harris. Harris on the dribble drive. Fighting. Doesn't get it. Terrell had it and lost it, and they're going to get an on-the-court foul.
Yep.
Believe they're going to get Centrula. Yep, on that foul. That's her second foul now, the team's third of this quarter.
As again, you have 4 players standing on one side of the floor and clogging up the lanes. And so that just makes the shot attempts inside that much harder.
Terrell working against Centrula. Had to fire it back out to Kamaya Williams. Now out to Shaw. Had to reset things. Shaw on the dribble drive, working against Centrula. Finds Kamaya Williams. Williams on the shot. Doesn't fall. Fighting for it was Terrell, and it's picked up by Centrula. Handoff to Cerro. Cerro now on the dribble drive. Has the edge and the take. No good. Rebounded by Weaver. Fighting for it. Drawing the foul. Bucket doesn't fall, but she drew the foul. I believe it's going to go against Sierra Bermudez.
Yeah.
Yep. It's her first, team's third.
So yeah, that can't happen either. Along with being able to rebound, boxing out is definitely up there in terms of just keeping them off the glass. And when you box out, that doesn't just mean stand in front of them in between the basket. When you box out, you have to put your body into them, so that takes away their ability to really jump. And so when you're undersized or maybe a little bit shorter, like Bermudez was there, it just makes you put a body on them, they're more likely to be called for over the back. But if you don't put a body on them and just standing there, all they have to do is just reach up for the ball over you, and they have the ball, and what do you get? You pick up a foul there. So you have to box out, and you have to put up a body on someone. Shoot, matter of fact, the ball can reach a ground for all that matters. Matter of fact, when you box out, that should be your goal. You should be able to let the ball hit the ground without any other players being able to reach it. So it's just rebounding, especially, it's like boxing out is so important.
Yeah. And as we take a look at rebounds, this is the first half stats. So before this half started, California only having a total of 14 rebounds, and Indiana with 22. So definitely that goes on without saying that Indiana is the better rebounding team currently. As we come back from the immediate timeout, Sierra Bermudez, I believe, or no, excuse me, I'm all messed up here. It's going to be Nashi Weaver at the line for 2. The foul was on Bermudez. First shot by Weaver, up, in and out. Weaver's second shot is up, and it's good. IUP now playing some tight press coverage, needs some help. Bermudez down low, finds Terrell. To Bermudez, thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Back out to Shaw. Bringing things up to reset. Shaw looking to get things to open up here on the dribble take, step back. Harris back to Shaw. Finds Bermudez down low, finds Terrell. Terrell, they got to get something up. Finds Harris down low. and gets the bucket up just before the shot clock finishes.
Yeah, to be honest, at this point, you can't really afford to lose Harris, as she's just going to find the right spot, especially cutting back door, as we've seen numerous times. She likes to sneak in behind the defense, as she did there.
As Bachman's pass sails miles over the head of Henderson. Vulcans catching that break there. Shaw bringing it up now to Kamaya Williams. Williams back to Shaw. Down low to Harris. Harris on the dribble drive. And it's good. Bachman was looking for the charge. Doesn't get anything.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to being able to drive without really getting a charge called on you. You have to basically try to drive past the defender instead of into them. But being able to do just so, as Bermudez taking a charge there.
Bermudez falls to the ground, takes that charge. That's going to go against Ramina Henderson. That's her first foul. The team's fourth of this quarter. Vulcan seeming to get back into the swing of things a little bit here. Shaw brings it up to Williams. Williams at the wing, down to Harris in the middle. Out to Bermudez. Bermudez, three-pointer off the backboard. Rebounded by Harris. Harris looking for somebody. Bermudez thought about it again. The floater is up and good this time.
Yeah, as we said from Bermudez, especially at the beginning of this season, showing that if she is a three-point threat, the teams are really going to start closing out and not really giving her much space. And when that happens, that gives you space to drive. So if she learns to love that floater and that shot, that pull-up jump shot, and she learns to hit that, she's going to be dangerous.
As the Vulcan court there seems to prove to be a little bit slippy, as Henderson tries the move and slides, getting the travel drawn. Another break for the Vulcans. Bermudez over to Terrell. Terrell on the spin, on the jumper, doesn't fall. Rebound by Harris, fighting for it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to wave that off.
Yep. It's going to be IUP ball.
Yeah. She would have let go of it before they call it. Yeah, if she would have let go, it definitely would have been a block shot and would have been able to get it. But that's just good defense inside.
Yeah, great defense. As the refs had to clear things up a little bit. Get back to it. Cerro bringing it up now. Handoff to Henderson. Henderson to Bachman. Bachman for three. Off the side. No good. And they're just going to let it go out of bounds.
Now, as I was saying, you see what, like, these possessions that as long as you get a hand up, that's all you can pretty much ask for. And a team that is not necessarily a 3-point favorite, all you have to do is get a hand up. If they hit it, they hit it. But more often than not, you'll get possessions that end up like we just saw.
Yep. Harris looking for somebody to Terrell. Terrell on the dribble drive, and layup is good. Cerro picking up the tempo, wasting no time, has the edge, and she's gonna draw the foul. That's gonna go against Terrell.
Yeah. Now Terrell, she has a tendency to pick up little fouls and take herself out of the game, which with this team she can't really afford to do. And when you come off a help side defense, there's one of two ways, especially with someone Terrell's size. You can either let the offense go under you and get your hand in there and try to block it, or you can just stand in front of them straight up and make them either go around you or pull up over top of you. Now, someone with her size, it is favorable just to let them go under and try to block it there. Just kind of mixed up her positioning there and picked up that foul there.
Yep. Both shots by Cerro were up and good. Shaw trying to shake Cerro. Down to Harris. To Terrell. Terrell on the dribble drive. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris shots up and good. Harris, right place, right time. Able to bring down that rebound, put the shot up. Bring this game within 6 now. With 1:13 and counting left. Cerro thought about the drive. Pulls it back out. Pass out to Henderson. Henderson now at the wing. Looking for things. Gets the screen. Underneath. Shot is no good. Pulled down by Terrell. Shaw now pushing it up. Tempo is starting to swing. We don't know which way fully yet, but it looks like it's going towards Vulcans. Henderson on Shaw. 43 seconds of counting. Harris to Bermudez. Bermudez for three. Off the front. Rebounded by Henderson. About a 5 or so second difference between the shot clock and the, actually about a 5 or 6 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cerro off the foot of Henderson, fighting for it, and they're going to draw a foul.
Yeah. At this, there's really no need, no reason to really reach in and try to get a steal here. I mean, if you definitely wanted to get the last shot off before the end of the the end of the quarter, maybe so, but there's really no need to pick up little fouls, especially when you need players to stay on the floor as much as possible.
Yeah, that foul is going to go against Alicia Harris. That's her second foul, team's fifth, sending Weaver to the line for two. First one is up and good. Second shot here by Weaver is up, and it's good. As some subs come in, Talia Gilliard checking in for Deja Terrell, which is interesting.
I think they're really going
Shooters.
Yep.
Shaw to Williams. Shot clock doesn't exist. Shaw on the dribble drive, looking for help. Back out to Kamaya Williams. Kamaya Williams, jumper, and it's good. What a shot by Kamaya Williams for the end of the third quarter. The score 48-43 IUP. We're going to go to a commercial. You're listening to CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello and welcome back to the Convocation Center for fourth quarter play of the game between the IUP Crimson Hawks and the California Vulcans. If you missed the third quarter, we had a wild ending as Kamaya Williams hits only that's her seventh three-point shot, and man, was it a good one.
Yeah, seven three-point shot attempts on the season. Her fourth make, so not a lot of them, but when she shoots them, she's feeling it.
Yes, sir. That brings this game now down to a difference of 5. Much different than the start of the half. That's for sure. Vulcans looking to try and come back from this. Shaw to Terrell. Terrell, 4-3, in and out. Rebounded by Harris. Harris, putback is up and good. Harris, right place, right time, as we always say, able to at least get some points.
Yeah, I feel like the vast majority of her points come off of rebounds of putbacks.
Henderson to Centrula. Centrula over to Bachman. Bachman thought about the dribble drive, doesn't take it. Over to Henderson. Henderson on the drive. Blocked by Terrell. Terrell says, no, thank you.
Yeah. And as I was telling you, that's like the perfect positioning, especially someone of her size. Let them go under you just a bit. Keep away to stay away from from the contact, but keep your arms in just the right space.
And they're going to draw the foul there as Weaver goes up, gets fouled. They're going to get Talia Gilliard on that foul. That's her first and team's first of the game. Weaver at the line for 2. First shot off the front of the rim. And as we just saw the replay here, Very nice replay. Terrell denying that drive. Second shot by Weaver is in and out. Pressure getting to him there a little bit. Shaw now bringing it up the court. Has the momentum swing. Trying to lose Cerro. Shaw looking for somebody to help. Over to Williams. Williams on the dribble drive. Gonna get fouled. Looks like by Henderson. It's gonna be Henderson's second foul and the team's first of the quarter. It's gonna send Kamaya Williams to the line for 2.
You just gotta love the aggressiveness. My Kamaya Williams, to be honest, out of the freshman players especially, she has pretty good pacing, knowing when to speed it up, knowing when to slow it down. Not really one to pick up any really, I have yet to really see, I may be wrong, but I have yet to see really any offensive fouls or any, I guess, stupid turnovers by her.
Both shots are missed, but I believe there was a lane violation, so it's going to give Kamaya one more shot. Kamaya Williams, the third shot, up, no good. Rebounded by Terrell. Terrell, the dribble, and they're going to draw another foul. Beautiful physicality there by Deja Terrell, able to bring down that rebound and draw another foul. That's going to be Centrula's third foul of the game. So Centrula in a tiny bit of foul trouble here going into the final quarter of this game.
Yeah, you just got to love the aggressiveness, especially at this point in the game, crunch time. This is where the players really start to shine, where when you're getting tired, how well are you able to keep up the aggressiveness? How well are you able to score? How well are you able to play defense? And with how many minutes these players play, it's incredible.
Terrell's first shot no good, but redeemed herself with the second shot. Up and good. Score 48-46 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in this game. Cerro on the nice take, and it's good.
Yeah. Originally good defense up front by Kamaya Williams, but I guess kind of just too far ahead. And when you have aggressive offense, it breeds aggressive defense and vice versa. So you really have to just get in your mind and maybe sit back just a bit.
That's a nice take there. Alicia Harris having herself a game. Up to 16 points on the night. Cerro on the drive. The nice take, and it's good.
Yeah, that was good defense up front. Just not really much you can do at that point. I mean, possibly try to bring someone else in to contest that shot, but that was just good defense and then just good offense and a good finish.
Cal looking to try and get on a run here because it seems every time they score, IUP answers, keeping this game 2 within 4. Harris back to Williams. Over to Harris again. Harris on a dribble drive. Gets tripped up by Weaver. Weaver trying to plead her case. A little bit upset with that one. That's her third foul of this game. So Weaver and Centrula now both staring down foul trouble a little bit here. Shaw on the inbound. Looking for somebody. Has Harris again. Harris, nice floater, and it's good. Alicia Harris up to 18 points on the night now. Down, game itself down to 2. Cerro on the dribble. Blocked by Shaw. They're going to call a jump ball. And it's going to go in favor of the Hawks. The crowd getting into it in this game now. Still 7.5 minutes left. Score down to 2. When at the half, it was a difference of about 15. So Cal able to bring this game in without many issues. Cerro at the corner. Loses Shaw at first. Decides not to shoot or anything. Cerro trying to get things to open up here. Cerro to the other wing. Pass off to Henderson. Shot clock winding down here. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Centrula down low to Weaver. Weaver, and they're going to get a shot clock violation. The Convocation Center getting into it now. I think this is the loudest I've heard this play so far.
Yeah, that was just a good defensive possession.
For sure.
Overall, just keep them in front of you. And to be honest, it's almost as simple as that. Just keep them in front of you, make them shoot over top you, be in just far enough where you can still get a hand in their face, but be far enough back where you can cover if they drive.
Yes, sir. As the take there by Kamai Williams up and good. Game is now tied. 6 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in the game. All tied up at 52. Cal definitely feeling the momentum swing now. Pass down low to Bachman. Bachman driving to baseline. Henderson, quick jumper from the middle, and it falls.
Yeah, just a little lapse there. But originally, you have to guard baseline. You give up baseline, and you have players that'll cut like that. You give up easy buckets.
Yep. Shaw on the dribble drive. Out to the corner. Gilliard tried to find Shaw, nearly picked up by Henderson. Ended up getting picked back up. Henderson now bringing it down. Tempo starting to shift again. Over to Citrula, to Bachman. Bachman gets a screen from Citrula. Look for it, doesn't see it. Down low, running into each other are some Cal Vulcans. Ended up with the ball. Shaw now at the top, looking to set things up, and a timeout called by Coach Strom.
Yeah. That was just really just textbook. It was exactly what you wanted. Gilliard doing our best and really making it hard to really receive that lob pass, and then Kamaya Williams coming over on the backside and just being all over that pass, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do if you front that post, and especially bring that help side defense in.
Yeah, they're starting to bring the help like you've been stressing the past pretty much 15 minutes of this game. Been trying, or not 15, more than that, basically like 35 minutes of this game trying to stress as much as possible that help side defense. Cal's been starting to bring it here, and as you can see, it's starting to show. Only down by 2, still plenty of time left in the game. I mean, if you're Coach Strom, what are you thinking about right now? What are you telling your players?
I mean, to be honest, this really keep doing what they're doing, especially on the offensive end. They've gotten the inside to the post, the spacing's a little bit better, and you see exactly why you don't want the ball to get into the post. Is if they have great position, there's not really much you can do. Last couple times down the floor, the Vulcans have scored down of just getting it off the post and really just turning around and shooting. If you can do that, just keep doing it and going back to back. And right now, to be honest, when you have what they're doing is bringing in help defense, especially from the corner. Matter of fact, what they should do is really put your shooter and the post player on the same side. Have everyone space up, so the only one that can really help is the defender playing that shooter. And then if they decide to close and kick it out to the corner, you have a wide open shot from deep.
Yeah, as you said at the very beginning of this game meaning a lot to both teams. Cal just behind IUP in terms of the standings, sitting at 14-6 overall, or in conference. IUP at 16-4. This game means a lot, even in the NCAA regional rankings as well, as Cal is just behind IUP at 6th place. Harris losing it over to Terrell. Terrell looking for some things to open. Terrell on the dribble drive, has Harris down low, lost it. Terrell picked it up and put it back up for the layup, tying things.
Yeah, right now that one just went in the favor of the Vulcans. IUP really is at the top in the PSAC and steals the game.
As Terrell didn't really mean to there, but ended up stripping the ball from Scott. Picked up by the Vulcans. Strom telling them calm down. Still plenty of time left. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Shaw at the top. Over to the wing. Looking for things. Has Kamaya Williams down low. Kamaya out to Terrell. Terrell, quick jumper from mid-range. Got it.
Just left wide open. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but when you leave players just wide open and you allow them to take their time, it increases their shot percentage, and that probably just be it for about every player. You have to be able to.
We're going to get Harris on that. Yep.
To be honest, not surprised at that call there. I can't say necessarily a bad call, but definitely just to slow down and keep the tensions just a little bit lower.
Yeah, and that's going to be the media timeout. We're going to keep it here. As I said during the timeout, the NCAA Atlantic Regional rankings, IUP currently sitting at 5th at 20-5 overall. Cal just behind them at 19-7. This game meaning a ton for both of those teams. I believe if Cal wins this game, I mean, obviously they're going to be split with IUP in terms of win and loss this season between each other. But I don't know if that'll switch up the rankings at all. But if we look at the standings overall, Cal's already clinched a spot in the playoffs, or in the PSAC tournament, but they don't have a seed, as IUP has the 2 seed currently, with obviously Gannon being the number 1 seed. And over in the East, Lock Haven locking up that 1 seed at 19-1 in conference, and Westchester behind them at the 2 seed with 16-4 in conference play. So on the East side, Lock Haven, that school to watch. But also, as we get a little bit of breather room here, if you're on Cal campus listening in, coming up soon is the big event. Shout out to Sarah Cedar. She wanted us to mention that. We have a graphic for it. I'm not sure if Gary has put it up or not, but the big event coming up soon. So shout out to the big event. Shout out Sarah Cedar from the Cal Times. As we get back underway here, IUP basketball. Inbound is to Scott. Scott over to Weaver. Weaver down low, finds Henderson on the take, doesn't fall, rebounded by Terrell. Shaw up court now. Shaw trying to lose Scott, having things open up here. Shaw on the dribble drive, pulls back. Over to Bermudez. Bermudez, 3-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Weaver. Fighting forward. Balkans get it back. Over to Bermudez. Bermudez thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Floater has it blocked by Centrula. Picked up by the Crimson Hawks. Scott over Henderson. Thought about the 3, doesn't shoot. Back to Scott. Scott now at the top. Bringing things over to the wing. To Bachman. Bachman trying to find Centrula. Harris, beautiful defense, able to break that pass up. Fortunately, it stays Crimson Hawks ball, but beautiful defense by Harris. Scott on the inbound. Try to find Henderson. Henderson gets the ball. Over to Bachman. Back to Scott. Crowd getting into it now here. Scott almost lost the basketball. Back to Bachman. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And it's going to be Cal basketball. Don't think IUP realized how much time was left on the shot clock as it wound its way down to 0 as Cerro checks back in for Bachman.
Yeah, that's another shot clock violation. Good defensive possession by the Vulcans. I just think the Crimson Hawks just weren't aware of how much time exactly they had left.
Williams to Harris. Harris in the paint. In the post. Layup by Harris is good.
Man,
Momentum swinging. Cal up by 4. 3 minutes and 10 seconds of counting left in the game. Scott to Cerro. Cerro to Henderson. Henderson thought about the shot. Doesn't take it. Step back jumper for 2. Doesn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Harris. Harris brought it up. Had to pick up a dribble.
Yeah.
Luckily doesn't take that step.
Just textbook defense. Made her, give her enough space just to make her to think to shoot. Was there close enough to even close out and throw off that, which was a pretty tough shot. So good defense just straight up.
Yep. Shaw on the dribble drive. Draws the foul. And that'll send Shaw to the line for 2. I believe they're going to get Weaver on the foul. No, they're going to get Henderson on the foul. That's her 3rd. That's now 3 Crimson Hawk players in a little bit of foul trouble, and IUP's now going to call a timeout to talk things over. I mean, what an absolute momentum swing so far. Final 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Cal up by 4 now as things starting to switch. I mean, at first, the end of the second half was all IUP, and now it's starting to look like it's all Cal.
Yeah, to be honest, what they've done so far is just change up all the little things, especially the ones that I've mentioned so far before. But there's been a couple times where they'll set off-ball screens and screens setting to the basket. And with your players that are quick enough, you really don't really have to follow them around. If they were to just maybe stay back and try to go for the 3-point shot, you're quick enough, as we've seen before, and their spacing is just, the knowledge at least is good enough to keep them off the 3-point line. So you really just can clog the lanes, just be in the right position, just to keep them from driving to the basket and scoring inside.
Yeah, for sure. As we get back underway here. As I said, 3 players for IUP currently in foul trouble, and that's going to be Weaver, Henderson, and Centrula, all with 3 fouls. So if you're Cal, you may want to think about trying to target a little bit and try and make them draw some foul, or try and draw some fouls from them, get them in some foul trouble. Shaw's first shot up and good. Shaw's second foul shot is up. Off the side and no good. Rebounded. And a foul's going to be called. I believe that's going to go against Harris. That's going to be her 4th foul. So Harris staring down foul trouble a little bit here as the game winds down.
Yeah. She really likes to try to go for steals, and as we've seen before, she hopes to stay in this game and help this team out. She'll have to play straight up.
Bachman to Henderson. Henderson thought about it. Has Weaver down there, able to get the bucket, and it's good.
Yeah, there he goes again. Fronting the post, which is a good thing to do, but when you have no help side defense, you might as well forget it.
Yeah. Shaw. Harris. Picked up the dribble. Bermudez thought about it, doesn't take it. Down low to Terrell. Terrell, shot up, no good. Fighting for his Kamaya Williams. Brings it down. Able to put it back on Terrell. Terrell thought about the shot, doesn't take it. Thought about Kamaya Williams, doesn't take it. Henderson now, 2-on-1. Nice step through, doesn't finish. Rebounded by Cerro. Cerro picked up by Bermudez. Bermudez gives it back to Shaw. Vulcan slowing it down here, up by 3. And Strom is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, that was just honestly tough shot down in that short corner by Terrell. And that second time she went up, kind of picked up your dribble. When you pick up your dribble and you're taking steps or you jump to pass it, it kind of just like messes everything up for you mentally. And so that's why that turnover happened. And on the defensive end, good defense by Shaw, and everyone else following behind her made her change her course. Wasn't really at the right angle to really finish that shot. Gave up that offensive rebound, but luckily for them, they were able to come up with that steal.
As we wind it down, Cal up by 3, 59-56, minute 37 left in the game. Complete on a momentum swing. I don't think IUP was ready for the switch. And honestly, the complete rework that it seems that Cal has done in the span of a quarter or two. I mean, Cal in the span of a quarter tightened up the defense a lot, providing that inside help, providing that giving those outside shots. And now Cal staring down a win potentially here, splitting the series between the Hawks.
And all I could really say at this point is defense, defense, defense.
For sure, for sure.
As long as you're doing in what you're supposed to on the defense, keeping on your defensive assignments, really the score won't really change much. And if they do, it will really change with each other. So I can't, to be honest, I guess you could call it, sound like an old head at this point. If you don't play defense, you don't really have anything, because anyone can play offense on any given day.
Ball is picked up there by Cerro, and they're going to call her on the double dribble. Cerro trying to argue her case. Ref not budging on his call. Crowd getting into it heavily here now. Cerro playing uptight defense. Inbounded to Bermudez with Henderson in coverage. Handoff to Bermudez. Over to Shaw. Shaw now at the top. Cerro, tight coverage. Shaw nearly lost the basketball. Looking for something. Has it batted away. Shaw trying to work it on Cerro. Terrell on the dribble step. Over to Harris. Lost it. Williams has to fire something. Goes up, hits the rim. Rebounded by Harris. Harris shot up, and it's good. With less than a minute left in this game, Cal up by 5. Cerro now on the dribble drive. Shot up. It's good. Timeout called. Wow.
Good possessions here by both sides. Matter of fact, Cerro just keeping up the aggressiveness. Harris really with 4 fouls and in foul trouble can't really afford to pick up another one. And Cerro just seems to be hitting that shot after shot, as she has a couple times. So good defense. As I said before, that's not a guaranteed shot for just about anybody. So that's good defense up front those are possessions that you want pretty much on the defensive end. Maybe take away some time, make them run down the clock. But if they just hit that shot, they hit that shot.
For sure. 50 seconds left. Cal up by 3 points. It's going to come down to the absolute wire here in the Convocation Center. I don't know, Braxton, do you think possibility of overtime?
Man, don't even get me started. But I've seen in the past with this team, they often have a tendency to leave Shaw on an island.
Yeah.
Oftentimes just bring up only Shaw up the court, and she's the only one who, the primary ball handler, and when that happens, she has to work oftentimes against 2 or 3 people.
Ball batted away there by Cerro. Cerro 1-on-1 versus Shaw. Shaw able to bat it away, but ends up drawing the foul, and that's going to send Cerro to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's just a costly turnover. And at that point, it's just exactly why you want the ball in Shaw's hands if you can help it. And to be honest, the safest way to do so is a handoff. There's no need to necessarily, you have 5 seconds. You have to calm yourself down. You have 5 seconds to get rid of the ball after you pick it up. Just hand it on. Safest by far is just a handoff. Just wait for it to come to you, and you'll let her work from there.
Cerro's second foul shot up and good. 1 point difference now, and it's going to be a timeout by Coach Strom. Probably going to be electing to move the ball to half court, or at least their side of the court. 37 seconds, up by 1 point. This game is going to come down to probably the final shot. Either that be foul or just an absolute heave of desperation. I mean, I know I said about overtime, but Cal definitely no stranger to overtime games, as they've had several this season. I think they had, if I remember correctly, they had a stretch of overtime games. Oh, wait, no. They only had 1 overtime game, excuse me. Oh, no, they've had 3. From January 17th to January 27th, those 3 games were overtime wins. So, like I said, Cal, no stranger to overtime games, but probably something you don't want right now.
Yeah. Right now would be the smartest thing to do the Vulcans could hope for. 7-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. They need to run out the clock as much as they possibly can, and they need to hit a shot here.
Yep. That is for sure. Definitely looking to try and chew the clock out as much as possible. Ball in Shaw's hands. Cerro in coverage. You know she's going to play as tightly as she can.
Yeah. Right now, though, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Once you get the look, go inside to Terrell or Harris, who they've just been so far automatic from inside.
Yeah, I mean, Terrell 25 points, Harris 22, respectively. They're going to probably, as the ball comes over to ours, and it's going to be white basketball. It's going to be Vulcan basketball. As the ref are conferring, I believe they're going to get a look. I think they're going to look it over and talk it over here. I couldn't really tell, even though it was right in front of us. It looked like both had it at the same time. I think the refs are going to talk it over here, possibly look at replays.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this far in the game,
this call is going to be definitely like a detrimental call. Probably game deciding, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, to be honest, at this point in time, there's not really much room for error.
Yeah. I have a feeling this is going to be a long look over because 12.4 seconds left on the game. Either way, if it's going to go Cal, there's going to be a 6-second difference on the shot clock. If it goes IUP, the shot clock is going to be dead. So this is going to come down to what the refs decide on whose hand it goes off of.
To be honest, I'm not really sure if we have too many really, I believe they're going to look at our stream for that. I'm not really sure if there's too many good camera angles that would have shown that otherwise. And to be honest, that's always just a close call. And to be honest, you can't really fault anyone of either player or ref. As we've seen, that's just so close to tell.
Yeah, just from looking at the replay here, it looks like it's so close to tell. Refs talking it over. Looks like a decision will be made here shortly.
Let's see. That is honestly...
It's so close. It's so hard to tell. Our producer Gary given the refs every possible camera view that we can give them. That one, you can't really see it too much.
Yeah, definitely still talking it over, still looking at the reviews, doing everything they possibly can to really get this call right.
Yeah, it's one of those where both had their hands on the ball at pretty much the same time. It's going to be like whose fingertip touched it last.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's probably a game-deciding decision. Just judging on how these two teams have played so far, it probably will be a game-deciding decision. But as the refs continue to talk it over here, making sure they can get all the evidence they possibly need to make a call, either the correct call or, some people would say the incorrect call. But Braxton, if you're in a situation as our resident referee, what would be going through your mind?
To be honest, you're just really hoping to get this right, because you have people that'll go back, and you always have your stand referees that always know better. But when you have emotions flaring and stuff like that, there's no guarantee that the call will ever be 100%. But you're just hoping you can get this call right, and hope everything can be a clarification on it.
It's IUP basketball. As the crowd torn on the decision, I think it's going to be an IUP timeout. They're going to move the ball to their side of the court, so it will come down to last shot.
Yeah. 12 seconds left. Really, you can't.
12 seconds left. No shot clock. Down 1 point. You just need a bucket. Doesn't matter if it's 3-2, even to draw foul.
Yeah, even for the Vulcans, really, they have two courses of action. They have help play defense, and hopefully straight up, you hope that they miss the shot inside, or you have the option to just foul immediately and send them to the line, and then you would have a chance to go down and score on your own offensive end. But to be honest, I feel like either choice is risky.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just a matter of what area do you really have confidence in your team.
Yeah, both decisions are pretty much high risk, high reward at this point in time.
Yeah. Did you not? To be honest, you hope if they score, you hope it's pretty quick, and you cannot let them catch.
No. Not at all. Terrell on the rebound. Inbound to Henderson. Henderson now, top of the key, looking for the dribble drive. Sees it, nearly lost her footing. 3 seconds left. 2, 1 second. And that's going to do it. Cal getting away with the win, 61-60. What an ending, what a finish. Holy moly, Braxton, any final thoughts?
That was a heck of a defensive position, especially
100%.
to end this game. Emotions flaring, everything going on at once.
Wow.
Especially the mental presence to stay locked in and able to stay straight up.
For sure. What a game, what a game. Cal able to come back from that big 15-point deficit at the half, able to win 60-61. My name is Hunter Garman. Join with me, Braxton Turner. You've been listening to CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Thank you and have a good night.